Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This is lecture number 15 up to 14 lecture. We cover actually chapter 1 of this book, that is the electricity and magnetism by Vasudev Ghosh. Of chapter 1 we already covered up to lecture 7, and after that we discuss the question or the problem in this book, that is electrodynamics by DJ Griffith. Of chapter 2 we already covered, whose link given in the description box. You can watch this also. In this video want to cover up the question 1 to 8 of chapter 2 of this book, that is Vasudev Ghosh electricity and magnetism. Of this book we want to discuss this question of chapter 2. I think clear. So let's start with question number 1 of this chapter 2 of this book, electricity magnetism by Vasudev Ghosh, which says that a soap bubble of radius 2 centimeter. Radius of soap bubble is 2 centimeter, is charged to a potential phi. This charged by this potential phi such that the pressure inside the bubble becomes equal to that of surroundings pressure. That means the pressure of this bubble inside this pressure, and the equal must be to the air pressure or pressure if the surface tension of the soap bubble is given. Find the value of phi. So you can write that the air pressure within this bubble, there must be air, so there will be air pressure. This is the excess pressure to from this soap bubble due to surface tension, and this is the pressure due to electric charge, right? So these three are added up, which are equal to the pressure of the external air pressure. By the question he says the total internal pressure is equal to the air pressure, so that must be equal to air pressure. From that you can get the sigma square by 2 epsilon equal to 40 by r, so sigma equal to 80 epsilon naught by r. Now the potential at the surface of the soap bubble, you know, this is the potential of a spherical shell, that is v equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. So if you put the value of q is nothing but 4 pi r square sigma, so the 4 pi and 1 r is cancel out, so r sigma by epsilon naught. If you put this expression of this sigma, and you will be get this expression, and if you putting the value of this given value, that is rt and epsilon naught, you will be get this voltage, that is 21 kilovolt. I think clear. Go to the next question. Question number 2 says, to what voltage must a spherical conductor of radius 1 charged in order that the mechanical pressure on its surface become equal to the normal atmospheric pressure? So this is the atmospheric pressure, and the mechanical pressure means the pressure due to this surface charge density. So this is the pressure due to the surface charge density is equal to the atmospheric pressure. From there you can get this expression sigma equal to 2 pi epsilon naught, and the potential at the surface is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r, so q is nothing but 4 pi r square sigma. So if you put this value of sigma, you will be get this expression, and putting this value is given here, the pressure and epsilon naught, you will be get this value, that is 15 10 to the 5 voltage volt. Go to the next question, question number 3, which says that a point charge capital Q placed on the axis of a short dipole moment P at a large distance r from the center of the dipole. That means this is a dipole, and you have a point P, you have a charge point charge Q at a distance r, which is much far from compared to this gap between these two charge. Okay, find the force acting on the charge on the dipole. So you can see this electric field produced at that point due to this dipole is like that. This derivation done in this book, or also you can refer to my video of class 12. I will give you the link in the description box. You can watch this video how this expression we got in case of the on the axis of the dipole. Okay, so on the axis of a dipole the electric field will like that. So you get the electric field, and their charge is q, so the force will be charge into electric field. So this is the force, right? According to second law of the force, you know, the force on this dipole, force on this charge is must be equal to the force on this dipole also. So this dipole force on this charge is this expression. Similarly, this charge also force on this dipole with the same force according to Newton's third law. Next question, that is question 3b, which says that a point dipole, that is the point dipole along the k direction, z direction, situated at the origin. This is the dipole at origin. Find the force on the point charge q placed on this position. At this position you need to find out the force, and what will be the force at the point charge placed to that position. This next question is, if we placed and that position, we need to find out the force. So the potential, the electric field at that point, this is a perpendicular point. So electric field at perpendicular point, you know this expression, this also derived in this in the class 12 video in my YouTube channel. You can go through this description box, you will get the link. You can also refer to this books also. In this book also derive this expression, that is the electric field at the perpendicular of dipole will be like that. Okay. So the force on this q will be force in charge into electric field. So produce this, just multiply this charge into this electric field, you will be get this equation. Similarly, this point is on the axis, so the electric field will be this expression and the force will be this expression, because the charge into electric field is the force. So we got these two force at this position. Now you need to find out the calculate the work done to moving this charge from that point to that point. So you need to find out the work done to moving this charge that point to that point. So for that, if you know the potential at these 2 points, you can find out easily the work done, because the work done will be the charge into potential difference. So at first we want to find out the potential at that one. So the potential at this, that is the perpendicular, this will be 0, and on the axis this is the potential. So this potential difference into charge, you will be get this work done to replace this charge particle from this point to that point. I think clear. If there is any doubt, you must comment in the comment box. Go to the next question. Question number 4 says a electric dipole formed by two equal and opposite charges with magnitude this separated by this. So these two are equal charges with magnitudes given 1 microcoulomb and distance will be 1 centimeter. Uniform electric field, placed in uniform electric field. Calculate the maximum torque. You know torque equal to P cross A, so tau value of tau is P sin theta. This will be maximum when sin theta is 1. So the maximum tau will be like that, E into E, and P equal to nothing but QL. So put the value of QL in E, we will be get this expression of the maximum value of tau. Okay. The next question, calculate the work done to rotating the dipole end to end starting from parallel position to this field. That means there is the situation where this is the plus minus q, and if you wants to replace in the opposite, that is q in plus and this is minus, then the work done will be nothing but the P cos 0. This is initial position, this is final position, so this will be 2 P. So P is already multiplied 10 to the minus 3, so 2 P is 2 into 10 to the minus 3. So this amount of work done required to just flip this dipole in this electric field. Go to the next question. Question number 5 says consider a point charge q located at this origin and a dipole moment p placed at this position r. Find the force and torque acting on this dipole. You know that is the electric field due to dipole when this dipole are taken as the origin and the electric field at position r. This is the expression. But when this dipole is here and this position is here, that means the r vector is in the opposite. That's why you take the negative of this electric field. Okay. So the force will be charged into electric field. We multiply, you will be get this expression of this force. Now you need to find out the torque. Torque is r cross f. So r cross this. So if you separate out, this is r cross p cross r, and this is r cross r. So r cross r will gives you 0. So you will get this expression. This is the expression of the torque due to this arrangement. Go to the next question. Question number 6a, which says two coplanar dipole P1 and P2 at a distance r. The coplanar dipole distance r. Find the force and torque that second dipole experienced due to first dipole. Force and torque due to, on the second dipole due to first dipole. Assume these are parallel lying in the same line. These are parallel and lying in the same line. So you know the electric field due to dipole 1 at distance r will be like that. So the force will be this expression P2 curl of this. So if you put this value in this expression, only r will be variable, this other are constant. So you will write down as this expression. So these are the parallel, so their cos 0 is 1, this 2 gives you P1 P2, so you will get this expression. Okay, actually P2 dot r cap will gives you P2 dot r cap will give you P2 cos 0, that is P2. Similarly P1 r cap gives you P1 r cap gives you P1. Clear? So see these are the expression of the force. Okay, and the torque will be the curl P cross E. So P is sin theta. Since they are the in the same line, so angle between this dipole is 0. So this will give you 0. Clear? Go to the next question. Actually, electric field of this at that point due to P1 will be the same direction. Now this electric field and dipole are the same direction. That's why this theta will be 0 and this torque becomes 0. Go to the next one, that is 6b, which says two water molecule each having dipole moment. This is the dipole moment of two water molecule point in the same direction and the incline at the 60 degree. They are point in the same direction, but the angle between these are 60 degree line in the joint their center. Calculate the potential energy due to their dipole interaction or when their center are apart. This is the distance. You need to find out the dipole interaction. You know this energy of two dipole, that is dipole interaction energy is like this expression, where you just rearranging you will be get cos theta 1 minus theta 2, the angle between this 60 degree and this angle will be 0 because they are the same direction. So you will be get this expression. If you put this value you will be get this answer. Okay, go to the next question. Question number 7, which says suppose a thin metal foil having the mass per unit area is 0.5 milligram per millimeter square placed on the horizontal plate. So this is a metal foil which are placed on the horizontal plate. Find the surface charge density of the on the plate for which the metal foil will just flow on floor in air. That means this charge plate gives you the pressure, that is sigma square by 2 epsilon naught. So the force will be sigma square A by 2 epsilon naught, and this force will balanced by the weight of this foil. So the weight of this foil balanced by this force. Weight of the foil means the mass into g. So what will be the mass? Mass per area is 0.5 milligram per millimeter square. If you multiply the area you will be get this mass, and just change the milligram into the kg and millimeter into the meter, you will be get this expression. So putting this value you will be get the sigma equals to root under epsilon naught g. So you will be get this value 9.31 10 to the minus 6 coulomb per meter square is the surface charge density, such that this foil can be flowed due to this electric pressure. So this electric pressure due to electrical charge is balanced by the weight of this field. Go to the next one. Suppose the electric charge in a hydrogen atom distributed following this. This is the surface charge, volume charge density within the atom, where A0 is the first Bohr radius and E is the magnitude of the electric charge. The proton is located at the center. There is the proton as the located at the center. When we placed an external field, proton moves relative to the center of the electric charge cloud. So this proton moved at a from the center, and this electron cloud will be displaced. So using this model of the polarizability, find the hydrogen atom. So polarizability is nothing but the dipole moment is alpha E. So you need to find out the dipole moment of this situation. For that we can find out the force between negative charge with this positive charge is nothing but Positive charge is E and negative charge is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught rho dV by x square. This is the charge, because these are the distributed, so you can write down in this expression. Putting this value of rho, you will be get this expression. After that, you can integrate, just integrate by parts, you will be get this expression. Finally you will be get this one. I think you can do this integration very well. If there is any problem, you can check to this. Now this exponential, that means e to the power x, e to the power x expand as a 1 plus x square by factorial 2, that is factorial 1, and so on. We expand up to term of x cube, right? So you take this is 2 term, in that case you take this 3 term, in that case you take the 4 term, okay, such that we can take only up to x cube term. For this this exponential gives you this 2 term, this exponential gives 3 term, this exponential gives 4 term, okay, and this is the constant. Now taking the constant with coefficient x cube, then coefficient x square, and then coefficient x, and this is the constant. You can see this term, this term cancel out, we only get this one, and this is nothing but minus 1/3, so minus minus plus third, and this x square and x cube cancel out, gives you x. So from here you will be get the expression x equal to this. So dipole moment p equal to nothing but e into x. So if you multiply e into x, you will be get this equation. So dipole moment is the alpha e, so alpha will be this polarizability. I think clear. If there is any doubt, you must comment in the comment box. That's it. This is all about me, and this is my contact details, and this is my YouTube channel details. Go to this channel, you will be get others video like that, and share this video to your friends so that he or she also get benefit from this video, and subscribe this channel if you new in this channel, and those already subscribed, thanks for subscription, and press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming video. So take care, we will meet to the next video as soon as possible with the upcoming question of this book. Thank you.